I mean, Pradeep just talked about this, how the city has gone into a transformation, what it used to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the case with Nanded as well now?
Yeah, I mean, yes. See, Nanded is, we have across India 600 plus districts. Now probably they have added more because the new states keep carving out. And so Nanded is among the 250 most backward. And top of that, it is what they call atrocity prone area. What that means is atrocities committed on caste. So the caste violence is very, very palpable, very fluid. It can ignite tensions easily. Just about 2 weeks ago, in my near like 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers from Nanded city, in a village, one young man, 24 years old, wanted to celebrate Dr. Ambedkar's birthday, and he organizes, but there's a strong pushback because Dalits in major cities that we see is different than what we see in villages. This gentleman wanted to celebrate Ambedkar's birthday by carrying out a procession, like your right to, have an assembly and exercising his basic human rights. But the landlords on whose field the Dalit family is working would not appreciate that because this is a moment of assertion. And this was the first time in the history of that village that a Dalit assertion was going to take place. So the police had to intervene, but they also skirted it very quick. They say, don't make loud noise, you can't do it. Just do it because you have right, but you have to do it the way we would like to so that it doesn't create a tension and communal. However, it happened, there was protest, and about down the line, 2 months now, when he was walking down the street, the young man, he was hacked and his intestines were torn apart just because he chose to assert himself. And his mom gave a testimony that she saw it, so she ran towards him when they were hacking him. She said, I had to carry the intestines and put back in his stomach. And this just because he didn't abuse anybody. He did not go and call someone names. He didn't rob. He did nothing. What he just did is a very basic constitutional right that is guaranteed by the state to every individual who is a citizen of the country. But he wanted to celebrate. Celebration is not wrong. Celebration is always meant to be a feast. Everybody comes, celebrate. Celebration doesn't have an exclusion. It's like, come eat. This is how we celebrate. But the Dalit celebration is seen as assault to the fears that people don't know what about. They don't know what to be afraid about. And thus the result was brutal death.
Wow. What happened to that case?
And then, as it goes with, this is very particular, and I think for lawyers to really pay attention to this is any assertion of a Dalit, when taken to court, is counter-challenged. So whenever a Dalit, so we have a very good law called Prevention of Atrocities Act. It's been going through a lot of changes, right? And it's meant to be strengthening because you can't. But the point is, we all know, law reflects the emotion of society.
Absolutely.
It doesn't represent the rule of society. And so what the emotion says is different than what rule is. Rules are codified, approved, and then made into law. Emotions can be changed. Today I love people from Nevari community. Tomorrow I read, I might not like them. Or today I like Dalits, day after I might not like it. Emotions change, right? And it can be, but the very peculiar thing about caste is, it's so dynamic that it's imagine like a ray coming out and going through the prism, and then you have 7 rays, right? It's so you might attack somebody, but then there are so many ramifications. So it's a very uh, social issue.
Mhm.
So with that case, a counter case was filed. I mean, not with this, but there's been accusations that of filthiest nature. He was doing all kinds of immoral things, and and so now the court is in the case is in the court, and I guarantee you, most likely, uh, in few years' time, the memory of that, the heat of that might not be as same, and due to lack of evidence and with the law playing its game and kind of, because people who have resources can control you. Doesn't matter. The law is on your side. Because at the end of the day, you have to feed
Mhm.
not just yourself, but your poor family and your hungry kids. So they will be acquitted. I have and the acquittal rate when you look at this law is frightening, and it exhibits in the absence of social approval, laws are merely state fascinations. They are merely these fancy words for parliamentarians and provincial assemblies to announce through the in the house, keep it in the record, and the media to report, and then celebrate. It's like a poetry mahfil of the parliamentarians representatives. After mahfil, entertainment finish, and we go and get back to our